My name is Sung Neng Yi. This is my story. You may not believe it all, but I lived every moment and more. The years of my childhood were like a beautiful dream. I was a princess, spoiled, pampered, reigning over my every whim. When the Japanese overran all of Shanghai, they discovered my private kingdom. War stole my privileged childhood. It was gone, like a leaf on the wind. Chinese way of counting, 1950 was the year of the tiger. After such a long period of mind-defying violence, we were grateful to be alive and free.
Mother, what are you called?
Firecrackers. They've lost their magic. Too much like gunfire.
Cheer up. Look for Nangi. I think she'd be near the dragon.
The red flag seemed China's bright hope for the future.
Sends you love and best wishes for the new year. Is this how it's going to be with you? What, Mama? This marching business.
The communists are Chinese. They have returned our country to us. We must show respect. Come, I have presents.
Did you have self-criticism this morning?
Of course.
Did you stand up?
Well, I couldn't think of anything really good, so I promised to never wear lipstick again.
Were you sincere?
I was this morning. I'm starving.
I heard the communists have actually stopped all business on Yuzhou Road.
The red light district?
What about all the sing-song girls?
They will be re-educated, of course.
I don't think they excelled because of their intellectual ability. Oh boy, Western clothes.
An upperclassman, Lam Changsheng. Hong Kong money, his family is very rich.
Handsome, too. I'd forgotten men could look like that.
Forget it. He's never dated anyone at school. A real loner.
Give me a few weeks. I can change that.
You wouldn't dare.
A dinner date within the month.
Trapped by your own words. So bourgeois.
If you lose, Big Mouth, you have to do my homework papers for a month.
I'll get him to take me somewhere.
The duties of a mother.
You had money to gamble, Mama. Where did you get it?
It is not appropriate for you to question me.
Where? Tell me.
An old silk scarf. Just a memento. We haggled over it for an hour. We got a good price. That was fun. Tell me, daughter, where would I wear it in these times? Hopelessly out of fashion.
Perhaps we should have left China. I should have taken you out when the Japanese were defeated.
Nonsense. Who would have expected it would go this way?
Look, I will be a big potato for the communists. You just watch, okay? If the front door is locked, I'll go in through the back.
You are not raised to be a potato. What a common expression.
This building has been used as a center for counter revolutionary activity. The public promulgation of superstitions will cease. Superstitions masquerading under the false face of religion. This building will reopen as a factory. It will be more productive to better serve the needs of our great revolution. Those judged guilty of crime will be corrected. It is the verdict of the...
检讨前在这里签名。
快一点，快一点，来吧，都来呀！
你们来这里排队签名。好。各位来这里啊。
来吧，来吧。
Look, his name. Lam Shan.
Volunteers are requested on Saturday to clean up the grounds. Please do your duty for the betterment of all.
Not on Saturday, not me.
I have a paper that is due.
It's important to volunteer. We must show the proper spirit.
Excuse me. Do you need help here? I've completed my assignment.
No, thank you. I'm nearly finished.
I've heard it said that our great Chairman Mao does not approve of flowers for the new China.
Perhaps he prefers weeds.
We had beautiful flower gardens when I was a child.
These were cut by mistake. It seemed a waste to see them tossed with the weeds. We haven't been properly introduced. I apologize.
怎么样？
就去冲个凉就去冲凉，快递。
What is it?
Homework.
Yes?
Do you live here? What a surprise. I'm just selling concert tickets to benefit poor children. Chopin. I just knock on any door.
Chopin. I'm sorry, I'm leaving for Hong Kong.
Oh, but the concert's 2 weeks away. You'll return in time. I mean, well, surely you wouldn't miss 2 full weeks of classes.
Your tickets, are they expensive?
I have a wonderful plan. Nylon stockings have disappeared from Shanghai. If you would consider making a purchase for me in Hong Kong, I would be most grateful. And in return for your kindness, I will purchase 2 seats for the concert. The tickets will not cost you anything. That should be enough.
You're asking me to buy nylon stockings?
If it's not a problem for you, I would be most pleased.
I suppose we should eat first.
Dinner and a concert. Almost sounds like a date. Thank you.
Welcome.
It won't be expensive. I don't eat much.
Hey. Do you always carry so much money when you go shopping?
Your father is late. Something has happened.
Takes longer now, Mama.
It's not the bicycle. It's the raven that was at the kitchen this morning.
Listen, Mama. You worry for nothing.
Don't use that patronizing tone. I can read the sign. I'm going to see Shek Tong Ting. She'll convince you.
He was born before dawn, September 11, 1900.
鸡朝染毛成这样，天灵灵，地灵灵，阿弥陀佛。A dark cloud hangs over him at this moment.
Now do you believe me?
You have brought deep shame to China. Our soldiers are sickened to touch you. Boys on the flesh from the decadent past.
Hey, she's soft under a sweater. Like a young pigeon.
Let go, you animal! Get away from me!
What is it? You wasn't escaping, comrade.
You do not look like a sing-song girl.
My father is a very important doctor at Hua Tung Textile Hospital. He did not come home for the evening meal. Your men detained me, Lieutenant, on my way to see what emergency has kept him from his family.
Perhaps my men were overzealous. Our apologies, Sung Nang Yi.
May I go now?
Of course. But it is not wise to travel alone at night. Shanghai still contains many dark elements. It will take time to eradicate them all.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Please, my card.
Seek the forgiveness of our great Chairman Mao, or you will be cast aside as worthless and empty-headed.
Excuse me, I'm the daughter of Dr. Sung. Is my father still on duty?
Dr. Sung? He is not known to me.
Not known to you? Impossible. He's practiced here for years.
This hospital has many new doctors. You are inquiring about Dr. Sung.
Where is he?
You shouldn't be here, Nang Yi. No, please.
Papa, what are they doing to you?
I'm under the submission of the people. Go home.
Sung is a clean man, a patriot. He loves his country.
No, shut your mouth. You will only make it worse for Dr. Sung.
Overpopulation and modern technology are capitalism's own seeds of self-destruction. Eventually, machines will replace people in all professions, and the masses will forget how to work. Their societies will collapse from within. That is why every citizen of China must experience labor training. The time is near when we will be classless. A nation of laborers. You have something to say?
Excuse me, sir. What provision is being made to protect the rights of the innocent? Those who have been or will be unjustly accused.
Chairman Mao has repeatedly told us a revolution is not a dinner party. Identify yourself.
Tell me about your parents.
Why?
Because they're your family.
Well, my mother has small feet, exceptionally small feet. My father has numerous concubines. And I don't know how many half-brothers and sisters I have.
Is that all you can say?
Isn't that enough?
I think you built high walls about your life.
Are you a student of psychiatry now?
She really did it.
Will you remove those ugly posters when we're gone?
Your father stole a large sum of money from the hospital. His crime is against the people. The truth must be published.
Lies can be published too.
Witnesses agree. It is a matter of record.
You have no confession from Dr. Sung.
Nang Yi, it is enough.
Our family's humiliation was eased when I graduated with honors from Soochow University. The third highest in my class. The communist professors could not ignore my achievements. I had forced their respect. It was exhilarating.
Daughter tells me you've been a great help to her with her studies.
Oh, I doubt that she needed my assistance.
I may have met your mother before the war at the French club.
It's possible. My mother found pleasure in gambling.
Oh, I wish we could go there now and celebrate.
Why? You would like to dine with ghosts.
Well, if only Ghost came, they would not charge you for the meal, would they?
Do you always see your friends to the door?
Special days should never end.
Why did you tell your parents I helped you with your studies?
I just wanted them to be in your debt.
But for what purpose?
Couldn't we go inside?
The walls have ears. I share the flat with 2 other families.
The old palace is just up the road.
The governess used to take me for very controlled walks along this street. Tuesday afternoons and Friday mornings. We were always on schedule.
Controlled walk? What's that?
Well, Shirley and I were in the wagon. The governess was forced to pull.
Shirley. Who's Shirley?
Oh, she was an American movie star about my age. It was bombed during the war, but completely restored. I'm glad they didn't change it. Big General lives there now.
You always find a joke in everything.
Boogie, woogie!
Happy smile.
Kissing in the new Chan is not only in questionable taste, but quite possibly unhealthy. That was in the paper this morning.
Doesn't it depend on the parties involved?
Ow. I just laid on a rock.
It's not a rock. It's an egg. 24, I think. It's an old custom to bring us luck.
Did they have to be red?
It's the color of fertility.
They've already worked their magic. I'll have them for breakfast. Nangyi, promise me something.
Anything.
Teach our son to laugh.
My name is Lam-whose. I've been given the opportunity of teaching you 2 courses, history and political science. You have been selected to study here because you are all brilliant soldiers. Now our government is giving you the opportunity to be brilliant scholars as well. This will be an intensified course. You will gain 6 years of knowledge in 3. But I have instruction now.
As a matter of policy, all teachers here are being examined.
How is that possible, Colonel?
Why did your family stay in Shanghai when your relatives were fleeing with their personal fortunes?
When the stock market collapsed and all money was converted to Japanese yen, we became refugees in our own city. Still, my father would not leave China. May I please have some water?
At what age did your parents enroll you in the McTyler Christian school?
9 or 10, I'm not certain.
Why did they send you to a missionary school?
I don't know. For the instruction.
Isn't it logical to suggest that they did this because they had strong Christian sympathies?
They're not religious. My father had some Catholic instruction in France, but I've never known him to pray.
And then after the war, you were enrolled in a boarding school. Also Christian.
The Mary Farnham School, it's Presbyterian. It rated very high academically.
Is that when you became a Christian?
I was young. Impressionable. It didn't stick. It was something you did when you were in school.
Why do these questions make you uncomfortable?
My baby resists sitting so long.
She married a man from Hong Kong. He bought her nylon stockings. He smuggled them into China.
Thank you. Smuggling is a serious offense. This will take consideration. First, write about your life at the Mary Farnham School. Reconsider every event in your time with the Presbyterians. You must return all paper that is used, even the false starts.
My family. My baby. I must go.
Consider this a chapter in your autobiography. The more you write, the sooner this matter will be closed.
In China, the family name gives meaning to a person. I write this with true awareness that the history of my family is of deeper importance than who I have become. After the defeat of the Japanese in 1945, my father brought us back to our beloved Shanghai. I was 13 years old. Many of my classmates wore gold crosses about their necks. I didn't want to say that I was not a Christian, so I told them I was saving my neck for a string of perfectly matched pearls. At first, I had difficulty keeping pace with my classmates. The teachers often spoke of the Bible and Jesus Christ in a most natural way, as if he were more than a historical figure. I found this puzzling, but I dismissed it. My studies demanded all my attention.
Your writing is too specific. As if you are hiding something.
Fiction can perhaps be more rambling in style. I'm not a writer of fiction.
As self-criticism and confession are the first steps to social reform, I will attempt to explain my involvement with Christianity at this impressionable age. It began like a tiny seed planted in my spirit. I was away from my parents and lonely for something.
Living God, can you hear me? Please help me claim you as my friend.
At a time of personal stress, I did profess to be a Christian. It was the night before we faced the middle school entrance exams. The strong emphasis on high test scores made me apprehensive. By the time I reached 16 years, the Christian God was forgotten. I now look to our great Chairman Mao for instruction and guidance.
Religion will ultimately disappear from human history, but it will be a slow process of re-education. Old ideology and cultural habits from the past cannot be eliminated in one generation. The era of pure communism is the prize for the future. That will be China's millennium. For now, it must be determined if you are worthy to assist us in our goals.
Will it always be unfair like this?
Perhaps you should write again, in more detail.
I am about to give birth, Colonel. My baby needs adequate rest.
The softness of your past is most evident. You are preparing your baby for life.
to you when I was a child. Do you remember my name?
Comrade. Good evening. I'm hoping to request a small favor. You see, I have this friend who teaches here. We had a terrible argument, and I need to see her to patch things up.
Classes are completed for today.
My friend's a serious party member, very dedicated. Hours mean nothing to her. In fact, that's why she keeps me waiting. Name's Lam Yi, if you could check.
The admissions office opens at 8 o'clock. Passes are issued there.
How can you sleep so late? An indulgence of the lazy capitalist class. The revolutionary masses have been at work for hours.
The Colonel is not here.
He has more important duties.
Please request some water. Just a glass of water.
You must learn self-discipline.
I have nothing further to confess.
We will help you to remember. Chit! We demand a full confession of your counter-revolutionary activities. You will begin by admitting that you are a Christian.
If it were true, what is the crime? Our Constitution guarantees religious freedom for all the people.
You played games. Shut! You accepted an honored teaching position, wearing a mask of lies. Did you intend to infiltrate the minds of our brave soldiers with your decadent beliefs?
That is absurd.
拉起来! Why did you marry a man from Hong Kong who is not a member of the party?
Came to love him.
Love is a bourgeois conceit. It has no place in this classless society.
You speak of a classless society, yet you deliberately separate those whose background is more privileged than your own.
My background. Explain yourself, whore.
Your manner of speaking, the cutting way you express yourself, may be the custom in northern China, but not here.
You betray yourself. We must eat from the same rice bowl. You will answer yes or no to my question. Are you a Christian?
He may be distant from me, but I will not deny his presence.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No!
Comrade, if I could trouble you to call and check and see if she's still working. She hasn't been home for 3 nights. I understand the problems men have. me to see her.
You are crazy and weak to let a woman have that power over you. Put your mind and your energies to your duties.
What are you doing?
You're allowed 2 minutes. God, I'm unable to think. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Thou art with me.
Women are always the problem, right? Hours long. It's morning, huh?
She has probably found a new friend and not bothered to tell you.
Please forgive me for my years of silence. Help Cheng Shen. My parents. My heart is with my child. Oh God, is this a sin against me?
It has been determined that it was some form of electrical disturbance. A freak storm.
Colonel, I respectfully request the opportunity to speak to someone who was there. Perhaps one of the soldiers.
Why? To what purpose?
To ask?
If they observe a lightning bolt from heaven?
To explain. Words seem too small.
Why would the Christian God create a miracle for you, since you do not claim him?
Perhaps he remembers more than our minds can hold.
You have been released from your teaching position here.
I am sorry for that. I regret my appearance. Go home now, Colonel. The time is near.
56 days maternity leave is granted to all new mothers of China. But first, you will give attention to another chapter in your autobiography. This time, you will write about your husband.
Can I see the doctor?
You're number 27. Doctor is seeing number 14. Patience. First babies take their time.
Remember when I was a little girl? You told me I must be the first to walk on the moon.
Because no one ever remembers the second.
Where's Chengshan? Why isn't he with me?
I have told you. They keep him at the court at night. Sometime until after 11.
Mama, listen to me. Of all the stories I've told you, this one is the most true. I have a promise from God that we will all escape from China. I don't know how, but I have his promise. We will be free.
Of course, darling.
He spoke very clearly. It wasn't a dream. Oh.
It's all right. It's gonna be all right, darling.
I want Tiananmen to see flowers and green grass.
You think he'll remember?
Here.
He smiled.
May I ask you a private question?
This is about as private as Shanghai gets. Today, the mother of my son can ask me anything.
Do you still believe in God?
It's amazing how your mind works. God. You mean in the Christian sense. Mao cut out his tongue years ago.
I still hear his voice.
In the wind, no doubt.
So handsome. Absolutely perfect ears. And a wonderful, distinctive nose.
Lam-whose
Oh. What is it?
Only 6 more days. They want me back. Mom, I have to find milk.
Plus 42.
Central line, please.
Ah, a baby. A boy or girl? And that's your first. How old?
A boy. And yes, my first. 7 weeks.
You worry about leaving him so soon?
He needs milk. I don't know when I can be with him. The stores in our district have been out for weeks.
My shift ends in 20 minutes. You wait. We talk about the baby.
哎呀，烦死了！
We meet on market days. No one pays attention.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. of whom should I be afraid? The scriptures tells us that we are the children of the light. We see and hear what our tongues cannot always speak. Let us offer a silent praise. What shall we sing?
Take my life and let it be.
This sister is being criticized by the authorities. She has an urgent need for milk for her son.
I can bring fresh milk from the country every Wednesday.
She must have some powdered milk too. Carried so far, the milk can sell.
All powdered milk is exported. But I have a friend who works in the government store. I will speak to her.
Today you will write the history of your husband.
With respect, Colonel, I'm not that acquainted with his personal history.
Recall for us every conversation from your first meeting. There is a particular interest in the money deposited each month in your account from Hong Kong.
Small amount. Comes from his family. How else would we survive?
You come up. Come. You come up. You, back there. You forgot this last night. Don't be so careless next time.
Thank you. Mama, I have milk. Powdered milk.
Oh, you found it. He just went to sleep.
I miss touching you. I measure each second that we're alone, like chapters in a book.
You will have no childhood.
Changshen, I have a plan.
Don't you tell me anything. They compare our stories. We must keep a low profile. Live longer.
What else did you bring back from Hong Kong besides stockings?
I told you about possibly 2 shirts, pajamas.
Why did you choose that particular restaurant before the concert?
I checked the menu. The prices seemed fair.
Where did you buy so many phonograph records you keep in your apartment?
It was a collection from over the years.
What was the exact amount of the bill for your dinner?
I don't remember. How can it matter?
Why did your father have so many concubines? Do all rich men have such an appetite for sex? Is your mother without passion?
Messiah!
I'm ready to lie, but I don't know what to lie about.
What have they done to you?
I wanted to see if it would still fit. I can hear you playing the piano. 2 keys are stuck. It's driving you crazy.
Stop it! Stop it!
How did we ever find each other?
I knew you were mine the first time I saw you.
You play what if. Because what is too impossible to confront. Today the temptation came. Give them what they want. Let them win. So that I can lose. It'll all be over. Don't look at me.
They bend us like saplings in the wind. Our separations are more eloquent than our meetings. I wonder, will we ever again dare to be graceful together? I know you value a trusting heart. Changshen is drowning in some private despair. Please forgive this little push. If it's wrong.
Wednesday is the market day. I always try to go. The vegetables come straight from the fields. Do you shop there?
I don't know that I'll be free Wednesday. Would you mail this for me? To Hong Kong. Ticket.
When did you last see your father?
My father? He's been detained at the clinic. Several months. I'm not sure as to the exact date.
Dr. Sung recently contracted the flu. He has been removed to hospital for observation. Perhaps you should visit him.
Colonel, I respectfully seek your permission.
So they're treating you like a big shot. Private room for a flu patient.
And your mother.
She's worrying about you. Never letting Chunman out of her sight, you know, Mama.
Promise, Nangi. Promise you will take care of her.
Maybe they'll let you come home at last. It's only the flu, Papa.
I have always been blessed with strong dreams. As much a son as a daughter to me.
Papa.
They're experimenting with a new drug. It causes extensive bleeding.
Our daughter, Chunwei, was 1 month old when Papa left us. Crime was murder without proof of intent. We have to take what happens. Swallow the bitterness. Oh God, I confess to you, my faith is small.
Not all of us are going to escape fire unscathed. Some will stumble so that we will be refined and purified for His purpose.
When you plant melon seeds, you harvest melons. When you plant bean seeds, you get beans. When you plant seeds of faith, you find God.
I want to thank you for helping my babies. And for helping me.
This is our sister of the firing squad. China has seen many things that some of us would call miracles since the revolution. He has given me a message for our sister. Our Lord has asked you to trust Him for 1 day at a time. Days would become weeks, and weeks into months, and months would fall into years, 1 day at a time.
Word has just reached me that your husband has made a full confession to our charges of espionage. A spy, guilty of conspiring with foreign governments.
They told me that you made a full confession, that I was a spy, that I betrayed my country.
Lies. Lies.
They said that you were very convincing.
Lies!
Not now.
It's reality, Mama. Reality is always possible.
I'll go to Shek Tongqing. I'll buy a strongest portion of ginseng. And you go to the bathhouse and sit in the tub of holding water.
It's past the time for potions, Mama. It's already the 2nd month.
Oh, you had a letter from Hong Kong this morning.
Where is it?
There.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because you make my heart stop.
His father is dying, Colonel. He asked to see his son for the last time. My mother-in-law has enclosed a certificate signed by the doctor. I respectfully request a 30-day exit permit for my husband to visit his father at this time of sadness.
What assurance can you offer that he will return in 30 days?
I will be your assurance. His parents have never seen their grandchildren. I humbly request that his daughter be allowed to accompany him.
Your husband has been assigned to a camp where he will experience labor reform. All educated people should learn how to work with their backs.
Could that order not be postponed for 30 days, Colonel?
How do you know he won't abandon you?
I have his son. Family ties remain important even in the new China. And I am 2 months pregnant. Having children is proof that we are alive, that we have worth.
Don't be a dreamer. They'll never let you go. I will come back.
No. You must not even consider it. I may not see you again while I'm still in my 20s. Perhaps even my 30s. Please wait for me. If I'm in my 40s, Mama always said a touch of gray was becoming. I hope you'll agree. I have instructions for Chunwei.